Hey there, this is Malorian, and this is going to be a couple of 35-point games of Warmachine, and it's actually going to be Swapmachine. So what this is all about is that there's going to be a tournament here in January called Out of the Basement over here in Edmonton, Alberta, and they're kind of doing a convention thing, and basically there was a day Warmachine tournament, but nothing at night, and I said, hey, I'll run something, and they said yes, so I quickly just went with this, and basically what Swapmachine is a poor man's Who's the Boss. So with Who's the Boss, basically you make a list and you get a random caster and there you go. Well, I don't have every caster or a fancy wheel or anything like this, so basically you make a 35-point list and you use trade casters. And this is still with the jack points and all those things. It's not like the normal Who's the Boss where it's, 50 points of just dudes, you don't care about the caster at all. And basically, yeah, you just make your list, and when you get to your game, you swap the casters. Now, as soon as I post this up, there's a lot of ideas of, oh, just take the worst caster and stuff like that. And so I'm going to be testing out a few things here. First, I'm going to be taking Caliban, which is one of the bad Gator casters, and then I'm going to be taking Signar, which is all lightning. Nemo's there, but then everything in my list is immune to lightning. So sad face from Nemo, and we'll see what happens. Alright, so in the first game here, I'm going with the Caliban list, and I'm up against Kador. He's going to be running Beast of Nine, the War Dog, Gorman. You can see there's the Doom Reavers in the front, the Great Bears, the Arcanists, and then on the far left, you have their Riflemen and Kovnik Joe. On my side, I'm going to have Butcher 2, so this should be pretty crazy, especially because when he translates over to Hordes, having that random Fury focus stat is going to make it a little bit hard for balancing and make sure nobody freaks out. So basically my list is 2 Posse, a Wrestler, a Bull Snapper, and then Snapjaw and Wrong Eye, and then I also have a Croak Hunter. We're going to be doing Incursion, and basically in this one here, the whole plan is just to get up there, use my feat during the turn I'm killing his Doom Reavers to basically use that to engage all of his shooting units, and then at some point deliver Snapjaw to his Beast 09, and then happy times. So he has first turn here. He's really just rushing on up. You believe at this point he is Carnivore up onto the Great Bears, but yeah, that's about it. On my first turn, this is kind of blurry picture, but I am going with Submerge on both Snapjaw and Wrong Eye. I'm going to have Fury. It's almost like running Rast, so that'll be nice later, but at this point here, I'm just trying to wait until a turn, giving up the Bull Snapper and 1 Gator on the left, and then I can clear him up after. Alright, so the flag that disappears is the one on the far left. And after his turn, it looks like this. And he had some pretty bad dice. Charging in, he missed my Gator, he missed the Bull Snapper, and then the second one hit, but didn't kill me. So he could have done a lot more to me. Got pretty lucky. Otherwise, pretty much some cover fire from the Rifle Corps there. The Arcanist and the Great Bears going up the right side, and that's a lot of power in that area there. Beast of Nine and all that stuff. So that's going to be pretty dangerous to deal with. And so, like I said, I'm planning to do my feat now, clear out the Doom Reavers, use that to power the feat, and I'm thinking too that with Boundless Charge, I can deliver my Snapjaw to Beast 09, and if I can wreck him and tie up the Rifle Corps and just tie up the guys on the far right too, it'll be okay. So the first thing that kind of falls apart of my plan is I try charging the far one so that when I swing all around me, I'll kill these 2 Doom Reavers, but I am like a hair length missing the guy I charged. So unfortunate, but I did pop my feet before I charged, so everything's happy. And I also put Fury up onto Snapjaw. And also, of course, the Boundless Charge. Basically, how this all works out then is then, the Gators charge in, and I go and I kill as many Doom Reavers as I can. The Bull Snapper failed to kill another one there, but I was able to go up and not do a lot of damage to the Beast 09. However, once I got the feet going and put some tokens on him, yeah, that was it, and all of a sudden he's down. So otherwise, I have the Croak Hunter and 1 Gator that's tying up things on the right, and it's looking pretty good. I know that he can do some shooting and kind of hurt me on his turn, but I'm liking how it's going so far. And basically over here, this was so nice with the feet. I mean, if it wasn't for Butcher's feet, Beast 09 just would have turned around and killed me. But hey, that was pretty nice. So on his turn, he goes up and he black oils my Snapjaw there, and so that makes him kind of sad. Otherwise, he does some shooting, my Bull Snapper's gone, he completely wipes out my right posse, and that's a real issue because I thought there'd be at least one of them left who would basically be running over to help contest the right flag and basically just get in their way. And right now, I got nothing over there. I mean, I got Snapjaw, who would love to charge over and kill them, but remember, I'm blind, so I basically can't. Otherwise, he does some charge with his Doom Reavers, and yeah, again, the one that charges the Gators on the left, because of Dirge of Miss and being Defense 13, he misses again. So that was pretty lucky, and now I can hopefully do a little bit more cleanup. So on my turn, I basically just I forfeit my action and move over to engage Gorman and just kind of hope that maybe he can get one of the Great Bears on me, but that shouldn't be enough. The one posse I have left, clean up the rest of the Doom Reavers and kill a good number of the Rifle Corps, so that's pretty nice. He failed a lot of tough tests, probably made one of 4 or 5, either way. What I'm doing then as well is I have Butcher and the Wrestler moved to the right, and so the one mistake I made is I probably should have had it so that Snapjaw was at least touching the flag, but either way, I know I'm giving up at least one control point on the right flag, but then I'm going to counterattack and be all over him, probably with 2 heavies and maybe with Butcher too. So again, I'm feeling pretty good at this point. So on his turn, he really just uses the Rifle Corps to tie me up, the solos, moving on back. It was actually kind of funny. He wanted to use the Coldon Lord guy that I forgot to talk about to do Ice Cage to Snapjaw, but I was engaged with Gorman. So he goes Gorman first and leaves out of combat. He dies to a free strike, and then he misses the attack anyway. So kind of just like lost Gorman for nothing. Otherwise, he's gone and scorned with the Tactical Arcanist, and meanwhile the Great Bears are ready to counter. So he sees what I'm trying to do, and the main thing that I like is that I didn't really lose anything. And so now I can really just keep on trying to clean up and score and do happy things. So what I do then is I use my posse to clear up pretty much all the Rifle Corps, although even though I had Cold Blood, I could not kill the one that was in front of Wrong Eye. The original idea was to charge over with Wrong Eye to kill all the Arcanists and the War Dog. Did not happen. I had to use him to kill the other 2 guys around me. I also did a power attack to throw one into that Coldon Lord guy, but did not roll high enough to kill him, so he's just knocked down, so whatever. Butcher really just ran over to dominate the flag, so it'll be 2-1, and to make sure he doesn't score, I basically just threw away the Wrestler. So I would have liked to have done Boundless Charge so he could have actually killed something before he died, but I had to run to get to the flag, so that was unfortunate. But at this point here, I know he's going to kill him, and I'm just hoping it's going to take enough to kill the Wrestler that then now he has to present everything so that Snapjaw and Butcher can just clean them all out if needed. So on his turn, he has the one Coldon Lord come up to contest. He has Joe running over so that he can contest next turn. And yeah, it takes all of his Arcanists and the Great Bears, but he does kill the Wrestler. He scores his point, so currently it's 2-2. He did have an idea that he was wanting to dominate instead with Caliban. That probably would have been a mistake because I could have cleared out a hole with Butcher and then sent in Snapjaw or vice versa. So it's probably better that he made this mistake anyway. But yeah, now I just need to punch a hole in there. So on my turn, yeah, I mean, I could have gone with Butcher. I was wondering how aggressive to be, but basically first the Gatorman posse go, and they kill off that Coldon Lord and get lucky and kill Joe, so that was pretty nice. And then really I just decided to play it safe, dominate another turn while I send in Snapjaw to try and kill all the Great Bears. Failed in that. There's still one alive. It also sucked because I was trying to do some influence to kill some of them early, but that completely failed as well. But either way, now it is 4 points to 2, and he's in kind of a rough spot. So on his turn, he does his best to try and counter here. He moves over Caliban to go and dominate and try and cast some spells, but Parasite's been really actually doing a lot for him so far, but this turn here, he fails to stick it, even though he tries casting it twice. And then when he tries killing off my guys, he just does not have the dice to do it, and so both of them survive. And so I'm just going to dominate again and win 6-2, but at least it's one of these things where it's good to see that even if he would have gone over and dominated, I still would have contested this turn anyway and won 6-4 or whatever. But yeah, it was an interesting game. Really neat to see how Butcher 2 is a lot like Rask with the Boundless Charge and the Fury and stuff. But man, because of that random stat, I always had to go very light on the amount of Fury I had out, because I never knew when I'd become like a Fury 2 caster and then all my beasts would just freak out. So that was kind of interesting. And one of the things is, like, again, facing Caliban, I mean, normally he's supposed to be bad, but then here it's like, geez, you know, that Parasite was just such a kick in the butt all the time. And yeah, it was just a lot of fun. So let's see how round 2 goes. So in round 2, now we're doing the whole Nemo thing. He's changed up his Khador list, and he's going to have the Behemoth here that he could load up with 5 focus if he wants. And I'm going to have now Vlad 2, and so he's going to be leading my Lightning Signar. So again, we're doing Incursion, just changed up the terrain here. This time he is going to be running Beastone 9 and Silas. He is going to have the Kovnik, the Iron Pikemen with UA, the Doom Reavers again, the Great Bears again, and the Dog again. Because, hey, those guys are just cool. For my side, I'm running the Thunderhead, the Stormclad Strangeways, the Storm Blades, the Storm Guard, and then 3 of the Storm Callers. So, yeah, my entire army is, other than Vlad, is immune to lightning, which means that Nemo is almost useless. You know, his feet and his chain lightnings that normally do a lot do absolutely nothing, and I like that. So this time I got to go first and deployed first, and I'm just trying to spread out here. This whole square of death here in the middle will be kind of interesting to work around. The way that we're playing those cliffs is that it's basically to go across a cliff, you need to have Pathfinder. Otherwise, it's like a linear obstacle. Otherwise, you know, it gives you elevation and all this stuff. But, you know, with looking at the spells, with Hand of Fate and all these things, it should be pretty fun. So on my first turn, I run up, well, I with most of the troops, but I'm getting a free focus onto the Stormclad from the Storm Blades. I use what's his name, Strangeways, to put 1 into the Thunderhead. I put up Transference, and at first I was thinking I was going to be putting up that Hand of Fate onto the Storm Guard, because it would, from what I read, be based on their normal attack and the Electro Leap, so I thought that I'd get a lot there, but then I thought, no, let's put on the Thunderhead, because then that's going to make it the Pulse of Death, and I can always swap it over later if needed. On his turn, he's coming up, but being a little bit careful. One of the things that's kind of cool is he realizes that with my feet, I can pretty much get to him with my Storm Guard anyway. So he does kind of give a few guys up. He's probably still planning that after I do my charge on the right, he'll have some Doom Reavers and all the Pikemen to really counter there. He had 4 focus onto his Behemoth. The Behemoth is not dead. It's just keeps falling over, so having a wreck marker. But he shoots into my Storm Wall, does some really good damage, and then the second one misses and kills 2 of the Storm Blades. So that was kind of bad to lose him, but it happens. And then it turns out it's the left one to disappear again, which is good, because after losing those Storm Blades, it wasn't looking overly nice over here anyway, so hey, whatever. Otherwise, after my turn, yeah, it goes pretty good. I have a Stormcaller come over and kill a Great Bear on the left. That was pretty nice. Then I had a whole bunch of fail, where I moved up with the Stormblades to shoot them, and I'm out of range. I go up with the Stormclad to shoot them. I'm out of range. I come up with another Stormcaller. I'm out of range. This is after Strangeways went up and fixed 1 point on him, which was, come on, but whatever. I put 3 focus onto the Thunderhead and came over and did some shooting and killed 3 of those Doom Reavers just with him. And then I popped my feet with my, well, Vlad, and then I put that onto my front row of the Storm Guard. So they were able to charge in. finish off 2 more of the Doom Reavers, and then the last one was just zapped down with the 3rd guy. So looking pretty good again, wiped out a unit, and I'm pretty much in a very good board spot here, because remember that when he wants to counter against those Storm Guard, they have set defense and they're +3 defense right now from the feet. So yeah, that front 4 guys there are pretty damn tough. So on his turn, he does his best. He's able to kill one of the Storm Guard there on the right. He popped his mini feet this turn to try and move and get again. Sorry about the blurry picture. But the Great Bears charge into the Stormclad, and I'm left with 1 box. So that's the 1 box that I did with Strange Ways there. So got pretty lucky. The shooting that he did was actually from Behemoth, again 4 focus to do a double boost into the Stormclad, Thunderhead, so did some pretty okay damage there, but didn't knock anything out. And yeah, if I can just kill these 3 guys in front of the Thunderhead, I can do a pretty damn good pulse. So what I do is I come over here with Epic Vlad, who doesn't want to stand up on that hill. I kill the 2 guys in my way. I come over here, and like I said, Hand of Fate on the Pulse was awesome. It killed so many guys, and then the rest of the Storm Guard were, especially with a little bit of transference on one of them, were able to wipe out the rest of all those pikemen, so they're completely gone. I was able to kill the Great Bears on the far left. I went over the Strange Ways and fixed up my systems on the Stormclad. 2 of the Stormcrawlers went up and scored on 2 of the flags there. So really, he's in a bad spot because all he has now is just the Behemoth, Nemo, Silas, and Gorman, and that's it. So, yeah, looking pretty bad. However, it gets a lot better when Gorman comes over here and blinds both the Thunderhead and Epic Vlad. And then with 2 boosted shots from the Behemoth, this was a Hail Mary. But, yeah, when he did that, for his first damage roll that he boosted, he got 665. So, yeah, that really took me down to just 5 boxes left because that Pulse did 1 damage to him. And then he did a second shot, and as well with that, because I did a damage to myself, that meant the whole Blooded Kings thing didn't do anything. And so the second shot connected, and he killed me. So, yeah, it's just one of these things where you never know when their caster will get shot and die. But one of the things I probably should have done with this one here is instead of scoring on that middle flag, I didn't really need to do that. I could have just called down some lightning onto the Behemoth and disrupted him. So that's probably what I should have done. But whatever, either way, it was interesting to play. And I would really say that, I mean, between the 2 methods of the first one, trying to pick a bad caster, and the second one of building a list to counter the caster, because really, Nemo 1 isn't that bad of a caster. He's pretty cool. I really like the second one a lot more. So either way, hope you guys like it, and see you later. Bye.